After a drought of 16 years, our under-19 team was at the World Cup. And as a board, we took it upon ourselves to ensure we don't get such a dry spell again.
Our idea was to make sure that we have content that engages the fans. How do people relate with the team? So we told stories of the boys who are going to the World Cup, where they come from, their hometown, their favorite food, their nicknames, who's their favorite idol.
Every day on Twitter you find that baby cricket cranes, so it was a good experience, and going to the World Cup, playing with the big teams, it was really fun for us and we learnt a lot.
And these are under-19 boys who eventually play for the national team. So you feel that when they start at an early age to be very comfortable with how to communicate on social media, it will help them down the line.
About 45% of Ugandans and Africans are under 19 years. These are tech-savvy people. These are people who are always on their phones. That's the best way you reach out to them to get this information. Then when you get to look at the fourth estate, all the engagements you get to do with them and build the knowledge around it, when you add up all that cocktail, it's the only way you reach to a larger mass.
Because the campaign was entirely on Twitter, so we asked each one of the guys who were on the team, to make sure they open up a Twitter account, which was very good for the players and even the technical team as well. So we held their hands for the first couple of times, but also we assisted them with coming up with a lot of content. What caption should you use? We took a lot of photos for them, so we were able to share with them all these images so that they can also tell their own stories their own way.
I think it has generally improved the game, like awareness of the game in the country, just because if you can see how people are turning up for the games now and how they used to, they are totally different.
Eventually, when we saw some of the videos coming out of the World Cup, we were very proud of what we had done for them, and clearly they were able to tell stories that are relatable, that can be able to sell them to the global audience. One of the key things that we wanted to achieve with the campaign was to make sure that we connect cricket to all the different sports in Uganda. We had Dennis Onyango, the captain of the Uganda Cranes, then also supporting the campaign on the daily countdown. We had the volleyballers supporting us. One of the rising stars of Ugandan football, Anna Okello from KCC, also was on board. So there were a lot of people who came through, and initially we didn't even reach out to them. But when they saw the campaign was trending on social media, they were like, hey, how can I be part of this, and how can I be able to support the boys in the West Indies in the World Cup? I think the boys also felt the love, and they put in one of the best performances of Uganda at the Under-19 World Cup.
It was a good experience for us, especially to play against India. We lost to India by a big margin, but the best thing is India again went on to win World Cup, so we lost to the champions of that competition, which was a good experience. Even us rubbing shoulders with them, it was a good experience for them. We were the underdogs in the tournament, so there was nothing big expected from us, though we knew our abilities. So it was all about us doing the processes right and trusting the process. And if we trust the processes, results will always favor us.
It's actually humbling. For us, when we set out, we weren't looking for an award, but along the way, when you get recognized, I think it's more invigorating, and it pushes everyone to do more.
We just wanted to make sure that for this generation of cricketers is well celebrated for the amazing feat that they have done for themselves and for Uganda as well.